All right, Aliza, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us about your group?
Sure. I'm Aliza Shatzman. I'm the president and founder of the Legal Accountability Project. We are a nonprofit aimed at ensuring that law clerks have a positive clerkship experience while extending support and resources to those who do not. We use legal tech to solve enormous challenges in the legal community and the judiciary, including a lack of transparency in the clerkship application process and a lack of accountability for judges who mistreat their clerks.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about why you came up with this idea?
Definitely. I came to this advocacy work based on my personal experience with gender discrimination, harassment, and retaliation during and after my clerkship, which I first shared publicly in written testimony before the House Judiciary's Court Subcommittee last year, and have shared in numerous public forums since then. I really think of the nonprofit as the resource I wish existed as a law student applying for a clerkship, a law clerk experiencing mistreatment and unsure where to turn for help, and then a former clerk engaging in the formal judicial complaint process. We work on a couple major initiatives in collaboration with law schools and other stakeholders premised on this basic fact pattern. Spend a lot of time speaking with students, and I say, so you want a clerk? Great. How would you avoid judges who harass their clerks? Some students say, I'd ask someone. Who are you going to ask? Law school admins, deans, and clerkship directors tell students to do their research about judges before applying. What research are you going to do when so little information about judges is available to students on an equitable basis? A handful of law schools conduct a post-clerkship survey of their law clerk alumni and keep those in searchable internal databases for students considering clerkships. Law schools generally understand these don't capture the scope of the problem because law clerks who experience mistreatment are notoriously unwilling to report that back to their law schools. And unfortunately, the tone of many of these post-clerkship surveys is something like, you had a positive clerkship experience, right? Law schools generally understand that no law school has a monopoly on information about judges. Nobody knows about all the judges. But every school is going to have a ceiling on the number of judges they can keep track of, and that is totally dependent on who their alums have clerked for in the past. So the Legal Accountability Project basically seeks to correct this lack of transparency by creating a centralized clerkships database that democratizes information about judges and clerkship experiences, ensuring that students and alums considering a clerkship have as much information about as many judges as possible before they make what's clearly a really important career decision, considering the outsized influence that your clerkship and your relationship with your judge are going to have on future career success. Our post-clerkship survey asks a variety of questions you might want to know before clerking. Mistreatment is one aspect we seek to capture in a way law schools historically have not. But there's other stuff you'd want to know before clerking. How does the judge provide feedback? Do I get writing and courtroom experience? Can I take vacation? How many co-clerks will I have? All kinds of stuff you might want to know, stuff you'd get to know if you pursued other private or public sector employment. So we are asking law schools that partner with us to send our survey to their law clerk alumni via email. Folks can report anonymously if they choose, and we believe that law clerks who've experienced mistreatment will report anonymously. It is a subscription model, so we're asking law schools to pay $5 per student per year based on total JD enrollment. And in exchange, their students get access to reading the surveys. But importantly, why this is better than anything any law school could do internally, students don't just read their alums' surveys. They read the survey responses of all the alums at all the schools participating in this database. This is based on my personal experience, my conversations with more than 70 law schools worth of deans and clerkship directors, and more conversations with law clerks and students that I can count, the best way to ensure positive clerkship experiences and to diversify the clerkship applicant pool, because it's historically marginalized groups, women, LGBTQ students, non-white, first-gen folks, who not only face the brunt of mistreatment during clerkships, but disproportionately lack access to formal networks and information channels that are going to help some of their peers get clerkships. This is the best way to democratize information, and to improve the legal profession for the next generation of attorneys, ensuring that everybody can pursue a career they love in a safe work environment.
That is great, Aliza, and clearly you're trying to solve a very important problem here. Just one other question for you, and that is, what can folks expect to see from you at Demo Day?
So we're going to be showing a few things at Demo Day. I am going to be demoing our clerkships database prototype. I'm also going to be demoing the post-clerkship survey. So we're going to go through the questions, the pages, what the prototype looks like for the database. We are very exciting. The final build is occurring right now, and we're getting ready to launch this summer.
Fantastic. All right. Thanks, Aliza.
Thank you.